Welcome to Science News Review. For July 15, 2026, the useful question is not what sounds impressive, but what the evidence can actually support. For years, Alzheimer's research focused on amyloid plaques, those protein clumps that build up between neurons. But a new class of experimental drugs is shifting the target toward tangles. These are protein fibers that form inside the brain cells themselves. Biogen is currently testing a drug called diranersen. It is an antisense oligonucleotide designed to silence the gene responsible for producing those tangles. In a phase I trial involving more than 400 participants, the results were striking. The drug reduced tau levels in cerebrospinal fluid by as much as 65%. But that biological success hasn't quite translated into a clear clinical victory. Researchers observed a puzzling disconnect. The patients who saw the largest reductions in brain tau didn't necessarily show the most improvement in memory or cognitive testing. There was also an unexpected finding regarding the dosage. While higher doses were more effective at clearing the protein, the lowest dose, 60 milligrams, actually resulted in the slowest rate of cognitive decline. Despite these complexities, diranersen offers a potential safety advantage. It did not cause the brain bleeds that have been a side effect of many existing amyloid treatments. Biogen is now moving into phase III trials to see if these biological changes can actually deliver meaningful relief to patients. Moving from the brain to the rest of the body, some researchers are looking at how our immune defenses fade as we age. They are focusing on the thymus. This is a small organ behind the breastbone that is essential for producing T cells, the specialized cells that fight off infections and cancer. The problem is that the thymus naturally shrinks after puberty and eventually turns into fatty tissue. By the time a person reaches age 65, the organ is often producing only about 10% of the T cells it produced when they were 8 years old. This decline has serious health consequences. Large-scale studies suggest that a shrinking thymus correlates with higher risks of cardiovascular disease, cancer, and death. In fact, data shows that people who have their thymus surgically removed are significantly more likely to develop cancer or die within 5 years compared to those who haven't. This has sparked a new wave of biotech interest. Companies like Intervene Immune, Tetragen, and Zag Bio are investigating ways to regenerate the thymus to effectively reboot the immune system. The field traces its roots back to a 1996 self-experiment by cryobiologist Gregory Fye, who used growth hormone to attempt to regrow his own thymus. In Guatemala, archaeologists are finding that ancient intellectual life was even more sophisticated than previously thought. At the Maya site of Zoltan, they have uncovered a mathematical formula inscribed on a chamber wall. The text, known as Text 19, uses a shorthand of 11 hieroglyphs to link several complex calendar cycles together. Specifically, the formula calculates a 2-mile 90-90-day cycle by connecting 5 cycles of Venus, 8 solar years, and the movements of Mars. This inscription is more than just a calculation. It includes a phrase that translates to "so says," followed by the name of a mathematician, astronomer Sac Tan Wax. That name translates to white-chested fox. The presence of a named individual suggests that these mathematicians held a high social status in Maya society, comparable to that of master artists. Researchers believe the chamber may have served as a workspace for scribes creating codices in the mid-8th century. It provides a concrete look at how ancient scholars used advanced mathematics to track time for major events, such as the inauguration of kings.